Speedboat, that TV exclusive.
They say we landed on the moon in 1969, but what if we never left Earth? For decades, people have believed the Apollo 11 landing was staged, filmed on a secret soundstage, directed by someone like Stanley Kubrick, a filmmaker obsessed with space and symmetry. Look closely at the footage. No stars in the sky. The flag waving in a vacuum. Shadows going in different directions. Like there were studio lights. Even the moon's surface looks too perfect, like a movie set. Like someone was trying really hard to make it look real. Why? Some say NASA didn't have the technology. Others say it was a distraction to beat the Soviets no matter what. And here's the weird part. After 6 supposed missions to the moon, we never went back. So ask yourself, did we conquer space?
They will levitate. Unbelievable. I've seen electricity go right into the objects and a million pieces just fly apart.
In fact, using only 75 watts of energy, enough for a small light bulb, Hutchison made a 60-pound cannonball rise off the table. It would also fuse dissimilar materials, heat metal but not burn the wood it sat on, shatter metal as well as change its crystalline structure. This was something to write home about.
Beginning of 1980, experimenting with all the electromagnetics and electrostatic equipments I had at the time, I started to notice some very, very unusual effects, such as a room being filled up very quickly with multicolored lights, steel bars sitting on wood and not causing any fires, metal turning to jelly, things levitating and jumping off to the ceiling, or simply go up, hover, and then fall back down.
This shit is wild.
Dubbed by some as the poltergeist machine, there is no one machine, just a lot of old Army surplus gear, randomly tuned by John. No one knows how it works. John has apparently figured out the right combination of radio waves and electrical energy to create the effect. If it could be proven, its impact would be huge. You'd have to rewrite most of the science textbooks.
Revolutionize the planet. If you can build a zero-point energy reactor about the size of your microwave oven, put it in the back of your house somewhere, you run your house. You don't need to, you run all its electricity needs. You don't need to pull anything off the national grid. Well, if you put that into the third world, you're going to revolutionize the third world. That is as much a threat to some people as it is a benefit.
Okay. And as far as the Hutchison effect goes, I'm rather disturbed that the U.S. government and aerospace corporations has it. The concerns of it being used for an evil force by the military-industrial complex disturbs me quite a bit. I like to see it used for the helping of nature, because there's so much pollution going on with nature. Mankind tends to want to fight each other all the time with wars.
He said mankind like he ain't one of us. You gotta watch shit like that, man.
The position that Anna had put it in to assist in our station keeping task. By the whole team to carry us through, and we keeping task. By the whole team keeping task.
Oh shit.
Picture, which was a position that Anna had put it in to assist in our station keeping task. By the whole team to carry us through, and we keeping task. The whole team keeping task.
They trying to play us, man.
Picture, which was a position that Anna had put it in to assist in our station keeping task. By the whole team to carry us through, and we keeping task. By the whole team keeping task.
If you know, you know.
How did humanity pull off the greatest space mission ever with 1960s tech and somehow lost the evidence? Think about this for a second. We had a spaceship, a lander, astronauts bouncing on the moon, live footage, perfect comms in 1969. That's before Wi-Fi, before GPS. Heck, most people didn't even have color TVs. And yet, not only can't we replicate that mission today, but we also somehow misplaced the original moon landing data. Like, all of it. The telemetry logs, gone. Blueprints, vanished. Raw footage, overwritten. It's like creating the iPhone, then forgetting how to build a calculator. If it sounds suspicious, that's because it kind of is. But here's the thing. Instead of just yelling fake or real like it's a Marvel versus DC debate, the smart move is this. Follow the data. Because real science doesn't rely on trust. It relies on evidence that can be tested, repeated, and reviewed. Now, NASA admits they can't go past low Earth orbit today. They say we need to figure out how to get through the Van Allen belts again.
Come on, man.
Wait. Again? Shouldn't we already know how to do that? If we did it in the 60s, 6 times. And what about the fact that only 24 people in all of history have supposedly gone beyond 200 miles off Earth? Think about that. Out of 8 billion humans, only 24 have gone that far. Doesn't that seem odd? And let's not even start on the shadows, the flag movement, or the missing stars in the footage.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit hole of its
Tell
own.
these niggas.
Bottom line, don't just believe or disbelieve. Question.
What did Russia and China know about the moon mission? Did they know that it was fake, or did they think that it was real at the time?
That's one of the excuses that people use, that it must be real because the Russians or the Chinese would have ratted us out, but that's not really the case. Congress forbid the United States to give any space technology to China, but the CIA is giving it to them anyway because they're blackmailing them to reveal the moon landing fraud if you don't. Same thing with Russia. That's why Russia never covered this, because they have a deal under the table. Because the more valuable way of using that information is to blackmail the U.S. decade after decade, administration after administration. And then some people say, well, you can't keep a secret from hundreds of thousands of people involved, but actually you can, because the atomic bomb was the greatest secret during World War II. It involved 129,500 people, and only 8 people knew what they were building. I talked to Eugene Krantz. He said someone in the command center during an Apollo launch can tell no difference whatsoever between a simulation and a, quote, real flight. Just a bunch of numbers going by. So if they can't tell in the command center, then we certainly couldn't tell watching it as a child on TV or years later on videotape. Bank of America has 500,000 bank tellers. But what they know about corruption in the bank and what the CEO knows are completely different.
NASA really landed on the moon in 1969, then why haven't they gone back in over 50 years with way better technology? We're told the Apollo missions landed humans on the moon using 1960s tech with computers weaker than your microwave. Yet today, NASA says we lost the technology and it's too difficult to rebuild. Really? We have self-driving cars and AI, but can't recreate a 1969 space mission?
Bullshit.
And the footage? It looks like a student film. No stars in the sky, perfectly framed shots, a flag waving in a vacuum, shadows going in multiple directions. And somehow all the original moon footage was accidentally deleted. Convenient. What if the moon landing wasn't a giant leap for mankind, but a carefully choreographed show? A distraction, a flex in the Cold War, a way to prove technological dominance without ever leaving Earth. If you look closer, you'll notice everything NASA shows us. Moon landings, spacewalks, the spinning Earth from space, looks more like CGI than reality. And that's because maybe, just maybe, it is. NASA's budget is, what, $25 billion a year, yet there's still no high-quality live footage of Earth rotating in real time, not a single camera showing 24/7 views of cities upside down. Planes just fly straight, not curved. Water doesn't bend. And honestly, the horizon always looks flat, no matter how high you... NASA really landed on the moon in 1969. Then why have...
I gotta think about this shit that they telling us, man. Gotta do your research. You feel me? Hey, don't take my word for it. You go out there, you think, and come back here with some facts. You know what I'm saying? We sticking to the facts, man. Speedboat that. Let's stick to the facts. If you got some facts, come bring them. Hit me up in the DM. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, do all that, man. Speedboat That TV exclusive. Yeah.